my face. People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me When I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now. Now my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Oakland Raiders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone. For a touchback.
Down, 180. Mike 54.
A first carry now for Thompson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Here we go. It's through. We got motion. Back up. Mike 34.
Now Carr. It's Williams on the catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On first down, it's Thompson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now Carr. He's got it to Williams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people just like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
First and goal at the 8-yard line. 54 Mike. I got it. SOS.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. An 8-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. It's brought in by Dodson. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Now a first down carry by Jones. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Jordan Jenkins there on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first.
Hey, box truck.
Carr now on 1st down. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On second down, it's Thompson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And this is caught by Evans. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 1st down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 66 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, we're good, we're good. 185.
On 1st down, Carr, and he fires one incomplete.
Intended for Nelson Aguilar. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this 1st quarter.
Let him know, let him know. 29.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Space to maneuver at the 40. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hey. Check.
They'll run with Thompson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Here we go.
On 2nd down now, Richard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Carr going to go on 4th down. He's got a man. It's Williams. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that Defense are going through every situation, and in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And I don't quite know what's happening here. It's a first down, but the field goal team is out onto the field. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Mr. Davis, you're a football lifer, my friend. You've called games at the highest level. You know head coaches inside and out. Please explain that one to me. Speechless. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Winston. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's got some space here. A gain there of 21 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Ready? Blue ready. Come to my work. We won.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Ready? Black 25. 50 seconds. Come on. Let's go, Tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Ready? Flip it, flip it, flip it. Check. Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Cleveland Farrell able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Hey, let's go. Hey, tighten down. Wait. Watch the safety screen. Let him go.
Throwing, Winston. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Cleveland Farrell able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Now Winston. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You don't always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On third down, Thompson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando back. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
Ready. White 25. Check 53. Check.
On first down, it's Jones, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 27.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. This is Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
53, Mike. Easy. Show it. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
To throw again on second down. Carr. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Carr again. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They'll find his running back here, Richard. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. To throw, it's Carr. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 42 yards out. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Green, triple team. Green, triple team.
Final play of the half here, Winston. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 75 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now as you
the Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Pass play. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Chris Thompson, 78 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Here's Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Second and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Ready? Blue 80. 53 at the mark. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Here we go.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go, D. Wait.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Switch up. You go take
C.J. Anderson in the game. He gets it here. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
On the ground, it's Thompson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
You never read. Let's go, baby. Check 26. Mike 50. 93. Mike 50. 93.
On 2nd down and 4. Carr. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now Thompson. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw with Carr. Completes it to Aguilar. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Down. 180. Check line 54. Line 54. Express. What we got? What we got? Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
On 3rd down, it's Thompson, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Chris Thompson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2.
Express. Mike, get away. Mike, 54. Hey, Delta. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel the...
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Mike. White 25. Mike. Rapid. 70. 53 for Mike. 53 for Mike.
On play action, Winston. And the Raiders have got him. Maurice Hurst in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, you see, and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Here's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jameis to throw it. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Maurice Hurst picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Benjamin shifts past him at the 45. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr gives to Rashard. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6.
Get that ball. Check. Right Monday down.
From the gun, Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A big run there by Jones. 83 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. On the carry, it's Logan looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Let's see what you got.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Ready? Blue lady. 57. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Here's Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Check in. Let's get the ball. Joker.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Carr. It's caught by Aguilar. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Carr. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. They'll run on 1st down. It's Thompson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, let's get some 734.
To throw his car.
Push it back. Push it back.
He's got it to Williams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 yards there, first down.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. On the carry, Thompson. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Vinatieri now for the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes, right side. And he's all the way in for the touchdown. I don't see any flags, Charles. And in the final stages, the return touchdown has him an extra point away from tying this up.
You're exactly right. The field is clean. It's going to count.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Kill. Mike, 34. Get him. Get him. Get him. 34.
Back to throw. Carr. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 11. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far.
Check it back. Wait.
Again, it's Jones. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the 1st down yardage there. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Big dash. Go. Green, come see. It's free. 53 is the mark.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Ready. Black 22. Number 53. Mike 53. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we've got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Winston to throw for it on 4th. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down. Two minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. On 1st down, Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. He's at the 40. 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
Monday, down. You ready? Check. Monday, down. You draw quarter. Heavy. Check 25. We do it.
First throw of overtime for Carr. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Oakland, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin.